Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the very important topic of theory of machine, which is types of constrained motion. So firstly we will discuss about the what is constrained motion. Constrained motion is a type of motion in which the link of machine or element of machine motion between 2 points, regular points. So there are three types of constrained motion, that is completely constrained motion, incompletely constrained motion, and third one is successfully constrained motion. So we will start one by one and discussing in detail. So firstly we will discuss about the completely constrained motion. So what is the completely constrained motion? uh, According to figure, we can see that there is a square hole, and a square hole in a some type of machine element, and in a right side we can see the square bar, and a square bar enters into this square hole, and it only travel to and fro motion into this square hole, and the degree of freedom in such case, the degree of freedom of a square bar is only 1, because this square bar can motion in one direction only, and it cannot move another direction, or it cannot roll. It can only travel only one axis, that is x axis or y axis or z axis, as you assume. Then we will discuss about the incompletely constrained motion. You can see this figure. In left hand side there is a round hole, and right hand side there is a shaft which enters into this round hole. um, if we talk about the rectangular hole, there is a square bar, and it can only motion about axis, and but in a shaft, in case of shaft in a round hole, it can to and fro motion also, but it can also rotate about its axis. So if we talk about the degree of freedom, in this case there is a 2 degree of freedom in such case, because this shaft travel up and down or to and fro, and also it can rotate about its axis. So it is a incompletely constrained motion, because in constrained motion there is a link restricted for a particular motion, but in incompletely constrained motion there is no restrictions on the shaft for motion. It can two type of motion: one traveling along the axis, and rotating about the axis. So we can call it incompletely constrained motion. But in case of completely constrained motion, you can see clearly that the square bar motion in only one direction. It cannot rotate about its axis because of some inequality in their space, which enters into the another link. But in completely constrained motion there is a shaft which can motion in a two way. One is to and fro, and another is circulating about its own axis. Now third one is successfully constrained motion. Successfully constrained motion is a type of completely constrained motion, but in a completely constrained motion there is a natural type of motion, natural type of constraining. But in case of successfully constrained motion, we would like to help the to create constraining completed constrained motion. in figure you can understand very clearly that there is a footstep bearing, and there is a shaft enters into this bearing, and if we not applied the load, in such case the shaft rotating about its own axis, and as well as it can motion about its axis to and fro. But when we applied the load upon its upper end, shaft only rotating about its own axis, but not gain a motion about its to and fro motion. So we call it successfully constrained motion. I hope that you will understand this video, and for today it will be आगे का लेक्चर जो है मैं आपको फिर नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में बताऊंगा.